Andrew Finkelstein asks, what portable digital recorder are you using that works with drag and dictate? Thank you. Now, let me give you some context for this question. Over on my blog a week ago, I put up a new article about how to write when you don't like writing. Because for a lot of entrepreneurs, approximately 65–70% of entrepreneurs are the style of entrepreneur where writing is not natural to them. You may be good at it, but you really, really have to force yourself to do it. As opposed to, for somebody like me, for example, where speaking here to you is something that comes quite naturally. I still get a little bit nervous, but it's fine. I'm happy to just talk and chat to you guys and answer your questions. So what I wanted to do, and it was a way of sort of putting together all of the stuff that I teach in one sort of blog post. So I encourage you to go to eddale.co/blog, and one of those key tricks with about this in this particular blog post is that I use a dictaphone. Right, it's just one of the elements of that. Now, the one I've got it right here. The one that that I use, and look, honestly, this is over the top for what you need. I use the Philips here. I think it's the 600 series, but honestly, I paid way too much. This is the fancy pants end of the spectrum. But I use it all the time. That's how I part of the process of tricking myself into writing articles. Because with drag and dictate, which a few of you may have tried dictating to your computer or one of those computer dictation programs, and it was probably a pretty horrible experience, right? Well, it's worth having a look at them again, because the technology and the ability to translate your words into the words that you actually said, like the success of that is just increasing all the time. And with a little bit of training and a little bit of effort, it is extraordinary. To give you an idea, it's the difference between, like, if I do a 25-minute writing session, if I'm not dictating, if I have to type, because I'm not a touch typist, most of us out there, certainly my age and above, are not touch typists. I actually said in this article, it was very interesting. One of the key elements of the pro bloggers, the really successful bloggers out there, I did this survey once. It's a couple of years old now, but it still holds up. That the slowest that a daily professional blogger type, successful one I'm talking about, successful one, been in the game for years, types is about 60 words touch typing a minute. I can't even do close to that. If I'm lucky, I can type 500, 550, maybe 600 words in 30 minutes if I'm really, really lucky. Okay, now compare that to the actual article that I did. I dictated 2,225 words in 25 minutes. So it's an extraordinary productivity difference. And I'm much more comfortable doing it because I don't have to think about it, right? I don't have to think, oh, where should I be placing my fingers? Because typing doesn't come naturally to me. So if that sounds like you, giving dictation a try and having a look at all the techniques in that blog post that I put together will be well worth your time and having a look at, because it can be boy, you start pumping out the 25, 2,500 words a day. Well, to write a 50,000 word novel in 30 days, you only have to do 1,667 words a day. So it's, as I say, it's part of a larger article, and I think you might find it really, really interesting. But that's what I use. I use the Philips Dragon. If you go to the Nuance site, they recommend some voice recorders that you can use, because one of the other tricks of dictation is the biggest mistake people make when they dictate is looking at the screen, watching what is being dictated. That's bad news. Whereas I can take my recorder and I literally pace up and down here in the office, get a little bit of exercise, get some points on my watch, and it's just a much better way. I think better on my feet. Most people think better on their feet. Again, another interesting bit of science there. So hope that you appreciate that, Andrew.